Right now, State Street's pandemic bounced back and why the iconic shopping area is less busy than store owners hoped this summer. Plus, a local Catholic priest being disciplined for his controversial political involvement. And why a new report is calling Dane County's election infrastructure inadequate and what it recommends be changed. That's all coming up right now at 10. Well, it's a bit of a paradox. Seemingly fewer shoppers walking up and down State Street in Madison these days, but the group that oversees the businesses there says looks can be deceiving. Arman Rahman went downtown to find out why, and he's in the news center tonight with what he found out. Good evening to you, Arman.
Good evening, Charlotte. Between State Street and the Capitol Square, there are 43 vacancies. That's actually down from the high of 55 set in December 2020. And while the return of big events have helped breathe life into the area, business owners tell me they're still hurting but are hopeful. When looking out the window, staff at Michelangelo's Coffee can still picture what State Street in Madison used to look like pre-pandemic.
Now, behind you is where State Street is, and at this point in time, normally there'd be 3 or 4 times as many people, and we're getting there.
Getting there, while it sometimes feels like many businesses around them are getting out.
We've seen shops come and go before the pandemic, so now that they're still coming and going, that doesn't change our game plan, really.
As of May, Downtown Madison Inc. counted 24 vacancies on State Street, but that's an improvement in Jason Ilstrup's eyes.
We've seen 7 new storefronts open up on State Street in just the last couple of months. We've seen 4 different stores move locations, primarily from a potential new building on the 400 block of State Street.
Ilstrup is the president of Downtown Madison Inc.
It's not as fast as we would like. It never is. But this is all taking a little bit longer.
Not knowing where the pandemic will go next and staffing shortages are the biggest roadblocks, but Ilstrup says sometimes empty storefronts are actually a sign of more growth to come.
When you see rows like the one behind us, this is slated for potential development, an apartment that could be coming in on this block. So not every vacancy is the same. Sometimes they're waiting for a larger development project. Sometimes they're just waiting to be leased.
Which means watching and waiting at places like Michelangelo's, where they're patiently picturing the State Street of the future.
You have to have determination and perseverance. I think it's improving. Still, we have a long ways to go.
Now, there are 375 total businesses in the State Street and Capitol Square area.
Mixing preaching and politics is something that can run a tax-exempt church afoul of federal law. It's that kind of legal concern, among others, cited by the Diocese of Madison in a statement announcing the discipline of a Cross Plains priest. Father Richard Heilman at St. Mary of Pine Bluff Catholic Church isn't a newcomer to preaching right-wing politics from the pulpit in Cross Plains. The diocese admonished Heilman last year to avoid doing that after clips of him from both the pulpit and podcasts circulated online. Today, that's escalated to formal discipline according to a statement in the Madison Catholic Herald from Bishop Donald Hying. It comes after Heilman downplayed the January 6th insurrection in a sermon a little over 2 weeks ago.
And I'm in the school of thought that all those who played up the optics of violence during that time, breaking windows or whatever they were doing, nobody shot anybody. And we saw security guards opening doors and welcoming them in because they knew that they were the gentle as doves group. They weren't the domestic terrorist group.
Neither the bishop nor Heilman returned requests for comment, but Heilman posted on Facebook that he was, quote, doing okay, and asked people not to be angry at the bishop. Democrat Tom Nelson has suspended his campaign for U.S. Senate. The Outagamie County executive made the announcement on social media today. Nelson says his campaign ran out of money. He went on to say he is endorsing Lieutenant Governor Mandela Barnes. The departure slims the field to just 3 candidates now: Barnes, State Treasurer Sarah Godlewski, and Milwaukee Bucks executive Alex Lassery. A new report calls Dane County's election infrastructure inadequate, and now local officials are pushing for more attention to security. One of the issues the new task force found was the security of elections officials. Right now, they're in the city-county building, which is relatively open. The report also says the county's voting machines could be kept safer behind 2 locked doors, for example, instead of 1. In-person absentee voting begins tomorrow for the August 9th primary elections. If you plan to vote this way, you must have an acceptable photo ID for voting in Wisconsin. Those registering for the first time or updating their registration will also need to bring proof of residence. And a quick update from the White House now. They say President Biden is continuing to work several days after being diagnosed with COVID. Today marks his 4th day of isolation. The tweet reads, "Took some calls this morning with man's best coworker." And let's take a look at our certified most accurate forecast now with meteorologist Dana Fulton.
It's hard to have a case of the Monday blues when it's nice and sunny outside. And this afternoon, Mother Nature gave us a really nice day. Temperatures reaching the upper 70s, so just a little bit below average, but overall pretty comfortable. We started the day off in the upper 50s. Now this is the time of year when our high temperatures sit close to 82 and then slowly start to go down as we look ahead to next week. Of course, not expected to go down that much just yet. We'll hold off a few more months before things get too cool outside. Southern Wisconsin dry overnight. We have showers off to the west for Minnesota and Iowa. Partly cloudy skies expected as we look ahead to tomorrow morning. We're sitting at about 70 in Janesville right now and 64 in Madison. Those temps will pull down just a little bit closer to 60 for overnight lows. And this is a little cooler than what we saw last night. Overall, the work week stays below average. Next week, it does get a little warmer outside. High temperatures expected to climb to the middle to lower 80s. So not a big pull up for our temperatures, but it's going to come along a little more humidity and a few more isolated shower chances. We'll take a closer look at your full 10 day in just a few minutes, Charlotte.
The White House is apparently looking for someone to handle the ongoing monkeypox outbreak. 2 sources report the Biden administration is working on adding a monkeypox coordinator to the staff, but they have not hired anyone yet. They say the coordinator would assist in arranging the federal government's response to the outbreak. Health officials are continuing to struggle with how to contain the monkeypox outbreak around the world. The U.S. has seen a 10-fold increase in cases just over the past month. The World Health Organization now says monkeypox is a public health emergency of international concern.
We have an outbreak that has spread around the world rapidly through new modes of transmission, about which we understand too little and which meets the criteria in the international health regulations.
WHO's declaration will allow the United States and other partners to better collaborate, to share data, and to get critical information out to high-risk communities. Probably more than...
The CDC reports there are nearly 3,000 confirmed monkeypox cases nationwide, and that includes 2 new cases in children, likely the result of household transmission, according to health officials. More local news now. The former principal at Madison East High School, who was reassigned to a different role in the district, has now left the district altogether. A spokesperson confirmed MMSD accepted the resignation of Sean Levy, which was submitted in writing last Thursday. Levy was removed as principal at East last October. That was months after being hired and after multiple days of student walkouts and protests over how he handled a sexual assault involving a female student. Levy was replaced by assistant principal Mickey Smith, who took over as interim principal before being named the permanent principal at East High in April. Madison fire crews say a 3-story home on South Hancock Street is no longer inhabitable after a morning fire. It was reported around 10:25, and crews were able to get it mostly under control in about 15 minutes. There were no injuries. All residents were home at the time but were able to get out. Crews are now trying to determine how it all started. Well, more than a year after a massive fire destroyed much of a northern Illinois chemical plant, we now know exactly what burned. The Chemtool plant in Rockton burned for more than a week in June of 2021. A new report shows a majority of the material emitted by the fire was carbon dioxide, but water, smoke particulate matter, carbon monoxide, and multiple other compounds were also emitted. To read the entire report, we have it on channel3000.com. Tonight, record high temperatures across the country are fueling wildfires in 15 states, the largest in Northern California, with smoke now visible from the International Space Station. The Oak Fire exploded over the weekend as it burned out of control through a bone-dry forest. The fire has burned nearly 17,000 acres and is 10% contained. Jonathan Vigliotti reports.
fire is into the trees all around the property.
This radio dispatch is just one example of what crews are up against as they continue to battle California's largest wildfire.
Just want to let you know there's going to be fire on the ground.
More than 2,500 firefighters are now on the lines, working around the clock in intense heat and on steep terrain to put down the so-called oak fire from both the ground and air.
The fact that this is the biggest fire in the state, we were able to access personnel from all over the state and help us mitigate this fire.
The vegetation is bone dry. It doesn't take much to turn it into a fire like this. There has been a stroke of some luck. The wind has remained calm. It only takes a gust, though, to turn fire like this into a wall of flames. The fire has already incinerated more than 16,000 acres, destroyed 7 structures, including homes. But that number is expected to rise.
It's just stuff, but it's still amazing to see what survives.
More than 6,000 people are under evacuation orders, like Steve and Andrea Ward, newlyweds who watched their home burst into flames on TV.
I see a home, and it's an inferno, and then an explosion goes off.
Years of drought across the western U.S. and high temperatures over recent days have fueled flames reaching 50 feet into the sky.
This is not normal. Now we have multiple big fires every year. It's terrifying. It's absolutely terrifying.
Wind conditions so far have been favorable, but gusts are expected for later tonight, along with the possibility of dry lightning. Jonathan Vigliotti, CBS News, Mariposa County, California.
It's been a little over a week since the new 988 mental health crisis hotline launched, and it seems to be working. But some posts on social media are raising concerns about what the response to a 988 call really looks like. One viral post wrongly warns that calling 988 during a mental health crisis could land you in the back of a squad car. But officials say the majority of callers shouldn't be worried about a police response, especially in Wisconsin.
Wisconsin's 988 Center has a priority on making sure people are safe while also using the least restrictive means to ensure someone's safety. So what that really means is using outside interventions as the absolute last resort.
Carolyn Crean-Newman says only 2% of 988 calls end in actual police response, and it is only when the caller is at risk of hurting themselves or others. If you or someone you know is experiencing a mental health crisis, please don't hesitate to call 988 for support. And new tonight, actor Paul Sorvino has died. His publicist says he died from natural causes. Sorvino is most remembered for portraying Paul Cicero in Goodfellas, but his career spanned decades. Sorvino was survived by his wife, 3 children, and 5 grandchildren. He was 83 years old. Still to come tonight, we'll take you inside today's annual Packers shareholders meeting, plus the controversial video involving a Green Bay police officer grabbing and shoving running back A.J. Dillon. We'll have that story for you next.
I want to share my story so others can know that they are not alone.
When my mom and dad were first expecting, the pregnancy had complications and there was very little chance of survival. My mom's health was at risk too. She chose to end the pregnancy.
It was my decision, not some politicians.
Every woman should have the right to make her own decision. And I'll fight alongside you every step of the way until you do. I'm Mandela Barnes, and I approve this message.
It seems wherever you call these days, nobody has what you need. There's a shortage of this, there's a shortage of that, but not here at Precision. Look around, we have thousands of parts in the warehouse to fix your garage door, so you don't have to wait.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
At Pick and Save, we believe local produce shouldn't be hard to find. That's why we work with local farms right in our own backyard to bring you fresher than fresh produce.
You got everything I need. You're like medicine to me. Oh, baby,
Because shopping for local produce should be as easy as shopping at your local Pick and Save. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
In a recent clinical study, patients using Salonpas patch reported reductions in pain severity, using less or a lot less oral pain medicines, and improved quality of life. That's why we recommend Salonpas. It's good medicine.
Madison Magazine's Summer Restaurant Week is here. Participating restaurants will provide a 3-course meal starting at $30 featuring wine and more, starting July 24th through the 29th. For a list of participating restaurants, menus, and details, visit MadisonRestaurantWeek.com. It's a perfect opportunity to sample some of Madison's local restaurants. Don't miss Madison Magazine's Summer Restaurant Week 2022. Presenting sponsor, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund. Wine sponsor, Delicato and Frederick Wildman.
As owner of Wisconsin's largest construction company, I have a blueprint, a plan for every project. So here's mine for Wisconsin. I'll stand up to the radical left and their socialist agenda. We'll back the blue and get tough on violent crime. Bad guys, they're not gonna like me. I'll crack down on election fraud and keep schools open 5 days a week, no matter what Fauci says. I'm Tim Michaels, and that's my plan. Now let's get to work.
Tomorrow, it's a sweet delivery for our state fair preview. Find out what it is and what's new this year.
Then answer our question of the day, and you could win Restaurant Week tickets.
Plus a chance for thunderstorms tomorrow. I'm timing them out from 4:30 to 7.
You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
New video tonight. Green Bay police say their internal affairs department is conducting a review after a video on social media showed an officer grabbing Packers running back A.J. Dillon during Saturday night's soccer match at Lambeau Field. Video posted on social media showed Dillon in the end zone, greeting fans in the stands. He appeared to be on the verge of doing a Lambeau leap when the video showed an officer grabbing him by the back of his collar and giving him a shove. After fans booed and Dillon appeared to offer an explanation, the officer backed off and allowed Dillon to jump into the stands. Today at Lambeau, it's all about the green and gold. The nice weather certainly held up as thousands of people got a chance to get an update on the Packers during its annual shareholder meeting. Barrett Tryon has the story.
Talking about football was a little bizarre on Monday afternoon. That's because Lambeau Field has yet to flip the field after last weekend's soccer match.
Go Pack, go, Super Bowl, Super Bowl.
Packers president and CEO Mark Murphy welcomed more than 8,000 faithful fans to the shareholder meeting.
I think most of the people that there were first-time owners.
And what did you think of the experience?
I thought it was great.
The Packers organization now says there are more than 539,000 people who call themselves Packers shareholders. Some of the major improvements, thanks to the most recent stock sale, include massive new video screens.
Our current boards are coming up on 10 years, so, I mean, they're still good, but you go to some of the newer stadiums, you can see the difference.
While those will not come until next year, they will be longer and wider. This past weekend's soccer game gave fans a chance to be the first to use a new grab-and-go area in the concourse. Mobile ticketing for the upcoming season is also being upgraded with new do-it-yourself scanners to help keep lines moving. Shareholders we talked to are just ready for the upcoming season.
Very good energy. I mean, people seem to be, the people in the stands seem to be into it.
It's Packers. It's Packerland. It's Lambeau. It's heaven.
The organization said it does plan to have other stock sales in the future, although those dates have not been released just yet. And here's meteorologist Dana Fulton with a look at more baseball-like weather.
Yes, yeah, we aren't football weather yet, but it is around the corner. I need a good cool day for football. It can't be hot for football.
Right, I agree. I agree, but we're still in summer.
We're still in
let's
summer.
Just stick with what we've got.
Yes, and I think we got sunshine. You're going to like this for the next few days. Right now, partly cloudy skies, showers towards La Crosse and northwest into Minnesota, and we still have some showers stretching down into parts of Iowa. That's all going to stay west-northwest of us overnight. We'll be dry for tomorrow, but our rain chances creeping up a little bit more late Tuesday night into Wednesday. Temperatures currently in the middle to upper 60s with a calm breeze tonight. Compared to this time yesterday, we're just a few degrees cooler, but overnight low temperatures are expected to drop close to 60 yet again. A really pleasant week ahead. We're going to enjoy several sunny days and overall temperatures staying pretty close to average for our afternoon highs, if not just a little bit below. Our shower chances late Tuesday night into Wednesday starting to increase just a bit bit for some folks. Some of these showers that pass through could bring some minor accumulations up to about 1/10 of an inch, but we're not expecting any heavy rainfall to creep in. And frankly, most of the area will stay dry, just spotty showers late Tuesday night. Overall, dry afternoons, and will stay dry heading into the weekend. Overnight temperatures will fall to about 60. Tomorrow, a light breeze coming in from the south with partly sunny skies. High temperatures will be near 80, so a seasonable afternoon. Tuesday night into Wednesday, we have a slight chance for a few isolated showers. Some of these showers, again, could bring some minor accumulations, but notice that most of the area is going to stay dry. Those showers pretty segmented for us. For Wednesday afternoon, high temperatures, again, seasonable in the low 80s with more sunshine for the middle of the week. Tomorrow, about 79 in Madison, a partly sunny sky, warm outside, that breeze coming in from the south at about 6 to 12 miles per hour. If you enjoyed today, of course, tomorrow looks quite similar, and that's what we're expecting to really continue on through the middle of the week. For Wednesday, after that small chance for some light rain, we'll have sunshine. Sunshine sticks with us Thursday and Friday. Friday, we pull back a little bit more to the mid-70s for afternoon highs. Overnight lows dipping down to the middle 50s for Friday morning. This weekend, mostly sunny for Saturday and Sunday. It's always nice when we have good weather for the weekend. High temperatures close to 80 for both afternoons and overnight lows near 60. Now, our next opportunity for some more measurable rainfall likely building in as we look ahead to the start of next week. Both Monday and Tuesday bring a small chance for some showers. Temperature-wise, we'll be creeping back up to the middle to lower 80s. That's going to come along with a little more humidity also, and an increase in our humidity will help fuel the slight chance for an isolated shower or storm for the middle of next week. Looking ahead at that point to the first week of August.
And coming up in sports, the Badgers hit the diamond to talk the Brew City battle and throw out the first pitch. How they did on the mound next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
After a serious accident, never take on the insurance company alone. Let us help. We'll go to work for you right away and take care of every aspect of your case. Call Gruber Law Offices today. One call, that's all.
No job's too big, no job's too small. We'll fix them all.
Fixing broken garage doors, that's all we do here at Precision.
We support the military.
We're proud to be veteran owned and operated. Whether it's a broken spring or a new door, we've got you covered.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
Every day, millions of innocent couches are being flattened, overused, and abused. They're crying out for help. Hi, I'm Greg Marcus. Please consider giving that dent in your couch a break by watching your next movie at Marcus Theaters. Start by going online to see what's playing. Because the couch you save may be your own.
I'm U.S. Senate candidate Peter Pekarsky, and I don't own an NBA franchise. I'm not a mega billionaire or a career politician. I don't host lingerie parties or accept PAC money. I've never claimed I had a degree when I didn't. I may not be filthy rich, but I'm the only candidate that has the balls to protect your rights and get the job done.
Nebraska is kind of like that odd kid. Didn't say much in school. Slightly peculiar, maybe. But when you took the time to get to know him, turned out he was pretty interesting. We know some people won't take the time, but if you're someone who will, odds are you're gonna like it here. Nebraska. Honestly, it's not for everyone.
Chevy Silverado. It's got the power you want and the capability you need to do the job so you can get to the important work. Find new moments, find new roads. Enjoy the open road and make no monthly payments for the rest of summer on all Silverado pickups. Plus, get 2.49% financing when you finance with GM Financial. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
It's time
time for new energy-efficient replacement windows from Champion.
Right now, buy 2 windows, get 2 free. Don't sweat over high energy bills. Stay comfortable in your home all year long. Call or go online to book your free estimate at getchampionwindows.com.
Every single day, we help families that have been tragically impacted in truck crashes. And you'll never pay us a fee until we win your case. Truck crash? Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
The Bruce City Battle officially tips off on November 11th when the Wisconsin men and women's basketball teams square off against Stanford and K-State on AmFam Field in Milwaukee. Today, the teams hit the diamond to talk about just how cool of an opportunity this will be in a couple of months. And logistically, everything's going to be the same. It's just a basketball court on a baseball diamond. But Greg Gard does have one request.
If it's 75 on November 11th, can we open the roof? Can we play with the roof open?
Come on, Coach.
Okay.
I like that idea.
We'll get some time in here, I'm sure, but it'll be the same for the other team, too. The rim will still be 10 feet high, block out all the other distractions, and just, and I'll remind our players, as Brian said, take it all in, you know, as they come out, and it'll be a really awesome experience for them.
Now, Greg Gard and Marissa Mosley stuck around AmFam Field to take in the Brewers series finale against the Rockies and to throw out the first pitch. Greg Gard said he warmed up a bit, and it showed. Mosley, on the other hand, he might want that pitch back. Aaron Ashby knows that feeling. Third inning, he gives up a solo shot. That'd be the game winner. Brewers fall 2-0, the final. The unofficial start to fall camp for the Badgers is Big Ten Media Days, which kick off Tuesday and Wednesday in Indianapolis. But before they make the trip to Lucas Oil Stadium, Cleveland.com had to release its annual preseason conference poll. And Wisconsin is an overwhelming favorite to win the West. Out of the 36 possible first-place votes, the Badgers received 31 of them. Ohio State projected to win the East and unfortunately beat UW and Indy in the Big Ten championship game on December 3rd. Big things are expected from Braylon Allen and Nick Herbig this season, and not just from people inside the state of Wisconsin. The Badger duo were named to the Big Ten's preseason honors list. Last season, Allen rushed for over 1,200 yards and 12 touchdowns, while Herbig racked up 14.5 tackles for loss and led the team with 9 sacks. The Packers held their annual shareholders meeting today, but that wasn't the biggest news out of Lambeau. ESPN is reporting that Matt LaFleur, Brian Gutekunst, and Russ Ball have all signed contract extensions with the team this offseason. Gutekunst has been the GM of the franchise since 2018, while LaFleur is 39-10 in 3 seasons as the leader of the pack. And forward Madison was at it again, giving back to the community. This time, the Flamingos were at the Goodwill Waunakee Donation Center collecting donations and, of course, playing soccer tennis with fans. Flamingos also gave away some forward Madison swag and signed some autographs. We're back after this.
Outlaw. That's what can happen because of the Supreme Court, and Ron Johnson's with them. The Supreme Court's decision ended abortion services in Wisconsin, and Ron Johnson supported the decision, making it illegal in Wisconsin, even in cases of rape and incest. Doctors can be prosecuted. A woman's right to choose, criminalized. Johnson even said, if you don't like it, you can move. Ron Johnson's not for us. SMP is responsible for the content of this ad.
Soak in the savings at the Century House. Right now, get a $100 instant rebate for every $1,000 you spend on any qualifying stressless seating. Don't miss the perfect opportunity to fill your home with the world's most comfortable seating for less. It's time for Stressless, proud to be endorsed by the American Chiropractic Association. Shop the Century House, 3420 University Avenue in Madison.
It's Terrific Tuesdays at Hy-Vee. This Tuesday, get pork chops, only 99 cents. Hy-Vee macaroni and cheese, only 19 cents. And sweet corn, 12 for only $5. Tuesday only. And save even more during Red, White, and Fuel. Right now, save up to $7.21 per gallon with your Hy-Vee Fuel Saver Plus Perks card. And visit HyVeeDeals.com for even more deals.
Hey, we're here at the local farmers market where Informed Choice Insurance Agency is offering fresh, hand-picked local Medicare. What do you mean when you say shop local for Medicare?
Your local Medicare plans have all of the bells and whistles the national TV ads promise, only better because you're working with local agents who know the doctors, specialists, and the hospital networks inside and out. You're not going to get that talking to a national call center wanting to check your zip code.
Don't be fooled by national TV hype. When it comes to your Medicare options, keep it local with Informed Choice Insurance Agency, and their services are free.
Remember as a kid, if you could dream it, you could do it? Well, you still can. Now during the Ford Summer Supercharged Sales Event. And with great offers on select Ford vehicles, you'll not only bring back the fun, you'll supercharge it. So when the sun goes down, you'll just be getting started. Now place your order and lock in 2.9% APR for 60 months on select F-150 trucks and you're protected, even if rates go up before your order comes in.
Mom, Abel's looking for you.
Oh, all right. As parents, we know that all Wisconsin kids should grow up in a healthy, safe world. As a women's health doctor, I know that access to abortion services is fundamental to personal and economic success. I'm going to fight for financial security so Wisconsin families can succeed and even dream. I'm Jillian Bettino, a mother, a doctor, a fighter, and I'm running for Wisconsin State Treasurer.
Call for action only on News 3 Now. You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Finally tonight, some pretty amazing video showing a whale jumping out of the water and landing on the bow of a fishing boat. This happened yesterday morning just off the coast of Plymouth, Massachusetts, where whales have been in the area feeding. The boat did not capsize and the whale slid back into the water. Witnesses say the fishermen headed back to the boat ramp and then they left the area.
Good plan.
There were no injuries reported. Wow, that's just a little unexpected there, huh?
Nope.
A little bit more than you bargained for.
Yeah.
That's when you say.
I'll stay on the land.
You're going to need a bigger boat.
You're going to need a bigger boat.
Yes, most definitely.
I'm glad they were able to get to safety. Nobody was hurt, as long as the whale was okay, too.
The whale seems to be just fine.
Whale seems to be just fine.
I'm sure the whale is fine.
We have sunshine in the forecast tomorrow. The forecast actually looks pretty fine for the next few days. We're near 80 for afternoon highs for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. There's a small chance for a few isolated showers late Tuesday night into Wednesday morning, but otherwise dry through the weekend. A chance for showers creeping back into the forecast for the start of next week.
All right, thank you, Dana. Thank you all for joining us tonight. Do something good, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.